bequem. Es gibt doch nichts Schöneres, als wenn man sitzt. Ich möchte zunächst mal mit Assefa sprechen, weil er hat das hier irgendwie initiiert. Er hat dazu beigetragen, dass man hier diese Landschaft so hat verändern können. Assefa, hi. Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
It is so wonderful. I sit around here, I look to the vegetation, I hear the water, and the sky is blue. It's perfect. It's wonderful. So what has happened here, and what did you do here?
Yeah, thank you for the interview. And this happened initially. This area belongs to anyone. It is open access, or we call it strategy of commons. But the ownership creation was initially another key issue. Ownership creation was discussed with the committee and the local government.
Yes.
So the land which is owned by anyone finally is owned by the cooperative. So, but after that ownership, was the FMNR idea, not only FMNR, also the whole natural resource management, introduced the finally we stressed on FMNR, and because FMNR, we introduced FMNR, it is very difficult area to plant a tree, and the survival is also another difficult challenge. So we found FMNR is cheap, cost effective, as well as also scalable, and can transform the landscape. I think what we are seeing now is that the whole landscape is changing. And not only the landscape, the water, the biodiversity, everything is changing, so you can see by yourself.
How was the landscape before the project started? And what it was, I think 2005?
Yeah, we started in 2006, and before 2006 it was bare land.
Yeah.
Even there no tree even to sit under the shade, but this time we are now, we are selecting under which tree can I sit. So it is giving really a marvelous opportunity for the whole ecosystem, not for human beings.
Ja, weil es ist einfach wunderschön und das ist ja auch das Spannende. Dadurch hat man hier in der Gegend von Sodo, in diesem Waldgebiet, was ja jetzt da ist, tatsächlich geschafft, einerseits das Wasser hier festzuhalten und besser nutzen zu können und nicht dafür zu sorgen, dass es dann unten möglicherweise große Schäden gibt durch Fluten, die dann das Wasser schnell abspülen. Das heißt, hier können die Menschen das Wasser nutzen. Das ist eine ganz hervorragende Geschichte. Wie gesagt, die Kinder haben wir gerade schon gesehen und auf der anderen Seite, wenn man das Bild jetzt dreht, dann sieht man einen wunderschön aussehenden Mann und das ist Tony. Und hello Tony, nice to meet you. Tony ist irgendwie für mich immer der große Erfinder von FMNR. Tony, your great idea, let's say in life, was FMNR. What was the initial moment for you? What was the idea? When did you have the idea to do this FMNR?
At the time, I was living in Niger Republic on the edge of the Sahara Desert.
Yes.
And we were working with local communities trying to restore a highly degraded landscape. And the methods we were using, primarily tree planting, simply weren't working. And for me, it was...
and also expensive.
Expensive and much less than 20% survival rate. So highly frustrating.
Yes.
An act of futility, I would say.
But you don't look frustrated, so you have good ideas.
So in 1983, and for me personally, we tried everything. We'd researched, we'd interviewed people, experts, we'd experimented, and nothing works. And finally the solution came for me personally as an answer to prayer.
Okay.
And I realized, because we'd been traveling through this barren country for about 2.5 years by that stage, and one day I was letting some pressure out of the tires to travel through the sandy soil.
Okay.
And I saw what had been there the whole time, what appeared as desert bushes.
Yes, and you look to the bushes because you haven't any other thing to do.
Yes, and for the first time I realized actually they're not bushes at all. These are trees. They had been cut down and they were resprouting. And the idea was...
And the roots are there.
The roots are there. The tree is trying to regenerate, but because of the severe shortage of fuel wood and women harvesting the wood regularly, because of cultivation and the perception that we need to be clean farmers for the cultivation, and then in the dry season the constant pressure from livestock. And so really the idea was not to plant trees, but if I could convince people that it was in their best interest to allow some of these trees to grow to normal height, then everything would change.
And was it easy to come together with the people when you had this idea? Does the people say, oh yes, we leave the plants here?
Definitely not.
Yeah, I think
because you're talking about change, and in any culture, change is difficult.
Yeah.
And this was an idea that went contrary to common wisdom. So
Yeah.
what they had inherited, handed down from their forefathers, was a good farmer was a clean farmer. You clear all of the scrub.
Yes, sure.
And so I was contradicting everything that they knew
Exactly.
and believed. And initially there's a lot of opposition.
Yeah.
And
So you convinced Assefa, for example.
well, by the time I met Assefa, there was a great success story in Niger. Over a 20-year period, from an average tree density of 4 trees per hectare,
Yeah.
the density increased to 45 trees per hectare across 5 million hectares.
Yeah.
So it was relatively easy. When I come to a new country, I'm not talking theory, I'm saying, here's the facts, here's the satellite imagery,
Yeah.
here's the benefits.
Yeah.
And so Ethiopia, in general, it embraced this idea, and Assefa has been a wonderful local champion
Yeah.
to make it happen here.
Yeah, that is absolutely great. Great story. Und um jetzt nochmal wieder auf Deutsch zu sprechen, das ist ja auch das Wichtige. Hier im Osten Afrikas haben wir ja sehr, sehr schwankenden Regen. Es gibt sehr starke Regenfälle, es gibt dann auch immer wieder die Dürren. Das Ganze ist auch eng im Zusammenhang stehenden mit dem berühmten El Niño-Ereignis, da werden wir das ein oder andere Mal noch drüber sprechen. Und da ist es gerade so wichtig, dass eben das Wasser, wenn es mal im Übermaß kommt, eben auch gefangen werden kann und eben keine Zerstörungen verursacht. Und da ist FMNR eben auch eine sehr große Hilfe. Thank you. It was great to meet you here. I think I go down, drink a little bit of this fresh water now.
You're welcome.
Okay. Okay.